The topic I chose to speak about today is extreme poverty. The amount of money and wealth that some people have is so low that they're living off of less than $1.25 a day. This is the case because they sometimes don't get the opportunity to go to school and get an education to better improve their lives. They might not get the help from the government like they should be. This type of poverty is usually occurring in developed countries whose industrial economy isn't functioning well yet. Some of the families are so poor that they struggle to find a job or even food is difficult to come by. We have to give the poor more education and more job opportunities in order to help them. The main issue with poverty is that the people don't have the opportunity or get the chance to do anything for themselves. Some of the families have one worker, and normally that one income earner is working extremely long hours and getting paid close to nothing. They don't have an out. Kids don't end up going to school for a plethora of reasons. Some being there's no educated person to teach them, there's a lack of teaching material, there's danger of violence in the community, and because of their sex. Most of these problems are made by or being unsolved by the government. The government may also be a huge problem on why the people are able to come out of the poor. The government in some of these third world countries may also be corrupt or is simply not stable enough to help fluctuate the economy and help it along. If the government is corrupted with state officials or drug lords, then whatever honest politicians must do their best to drive out the evildoers. The government itself may not even have the funds to give the workers jobs, which overall will hurt the economy of the country. Corrupted officials doesn't necessarily mean that they rig their elections. They can either be very manipulative and steer from being morally and ethically correct. They may steer away from good government and do things that favor the groups that fund them rather than the things that may favor the other citizens. These corrupted officials may facilitate criminal enterprises like drug trafficking, human trafficking, money laundering, and stealing, and they sometimes get bribed by money or by some other personal gain. In the United States, we have many social welfare programs that can help people get access to healthcare and food assistance, but there are plenty of governments who can't supply their people with this type of aid if they are ever in trouble. There is no safety net for them if they begin to start sliding down the endless hole of deeper and deeper into poverty. Lack of savings or investments is another issue around the poverty dilemma. People living in poverty don't have the means necessary to save themselves in the case of a natural disaster. Many families need to pull their kids from school and sell off what little assets they have to survive this time of crisis. Selling these assets hurt families in the future because they survive this crisis, but the next one is tougher because you have nothing to sell off the next go around. Insurances also aren't around in some of these countries, or they aren't open for the public, instead for the wealthy who are able to afford them, and the rest of the society are supposed to fend for themselves. There also isn't many variety in insurances, either since the market is so poor in these countries. Another reason why countries struggle is because the economy is currently hard to get going in most of the countries, because the planet is currently at a standstill due to how overpopulated the planet is, and all the cracks of the world have been territorized by some other country. And most of the natural resources on this planet have been conquered and used up, making it harder for these developing countries to enter the market. The World Health Organization estimates that about 7,500 children under the age of 5 die each day from preventable causes associated with extreme poverty. This is over 300 children an hour, or 5 children per minute. A few of these deaths include lack of nutrition, not enough clean water, and bad healthcare services. This lack of medical services again comes back and relates to the government not being able to fund these services. This topic is, in my opinion, one of the largest problems in the world, and I don't think enough is being done to help these innocent people, and it is not right. The rich get richer and the poor gets poorer. And in most of these countries, the economy growth for these low-income earners just isn't there for them, and there's little an individual can do to climb out of this poverty problem. They are simply at the mercy of the government and the rich business owners. Something must be done to help them out. Thank you for listening.